As you may have learned from my previous videos, I actually had a Samsung Galaxy S8 which died a little over 3 months ago. What you may not have learned is that I didn't actually get another smartphone. And today I'm going to tell you my experience and how it has been living in this year 2020 without a smartphone. So when the S8 died, I nearly got into that panic mode that a lot of us experience when we suddenly lose our phone. It feels like the world could literally shut down if you don't get a new device in like 10 minutes. You feel like you're kinda lost and lonely, living under a stone. The fear of missing out and of being out of reach suddenly chokes you that you could even sell your kidneys to get a new phone. But because I had other plans at the time the Galaxy S8 took a bow, I decided to hold it off for a few days because I also had other options. I had this not so smartphone and I also had my tablet, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S3. Now, from the outset, let me make it clear, we've come to a point in life where marketing and our modern culture has made us imagine and feel that we need every category of items, especially gadgets. These days, the average human with some decent means will in most cases be in possession of several gadgets with overlapping functions. It's not like I'm a strict minimalist or anything, but I've observed that sometimes there's the downside of not really making maximum use of the gadgets or items that we already have. That's because we also have something else that could still do what we want to do, and it's either more convenient or we do like it a bit more. And be it clothes, gadgets, or whatever items, marketing and the consumerism culture tends to get us into a cycle of always wanting more and getting more. Okay, let's get back into the story. So here is how I've been operating these past 3 months. I have this humongous feature phone called the Xtigi S66. I've been its proud owner for probably more than 5 years now, and it has stood the test of time without flinching a muscle. As you can see, this thing is rugged and ready to take a beating. All the times it has fallen down, it has nearly cracked the floor. With phones nowadays packed with all sorts of bells and whistles, from actually real bells and real whistles to cameras, pulse oximeters, and maybe even MRI scanners. This one is in verity what the phone was invented by Alexander Graham Bell to be: a phone. There's no Instagram or Pokemon Go or WhatsApp or anything here. Not to mean that it has absolutely no tricks under its sleeve. This bad boy actually even has the internet fully loaded with Facebook and Twitter, although they are nothing to write home to your mommy about, so I never really use them. It is also packed with a calendar, a calculator, a unit converter, and what have you. So we can safely conclude that it is actually a bit smart. If you have a little extra time in your hands, you could also play Snake on here. But I've been squarely using it for what it was built to do at its heart: a phone. Making and receiving calls and reading text messages. And it's quite good at that. In fact, its biggest strength lies in its battery life. With this massive battery, this monster clocks 2 weeks flat without blinking an eye. Believe it or not. I even usually forget that it actually needs to be charged at some point. And the reception on it is quite good, calls are loud and clear, and it actually takes 2 SIMs and 2 microSD cards, if you are that ambitious. About the experience rocking this, I can say that it's both fun and awkward, but people have even been asking me where they can get one. Let's not forget that this thing cost me 2,600 shillings back then. So take a moment and digest that. And as you digest that, let me say a big thank you to all you guys who've been watching and commenting on my videos. You make me feel like it's really worth it. All the hours that I've spent making these videos is worth the while. So guys, today's question is, would you survive with a feature phone like this? I'm curious to hear your comments down below, and while you're at it, if you've not already subscribed, welcome to the family. Gently press that subscribe button down below, and there's a notification bell right next to it. Click it so that you're the first to be notified when I upload a new video. Thank you. Let's get back to the story. Next up, let's talk about the tablet. This is a tablet as you'd expect it. At least with this I can get in touch with the modern day. So it's about 3 years now and it has gotten annoyingly slow over that time. It's still quite usable, especially considering I never play games or anything. I also never really take mobile photos that much, so the less than stellar camera on board here doesn't bother me that much. It's okay for the occasional photo of an X-ray film that I may take to share with the colleagues at work. All my social media is over here and that's limited to Facebook and a little bit of Twitter. I have come to notice and appreciate that the size of this tablet, which makes it cumbersome for me to carry around and use a lot more, could actually be a merit. When I had a more convenient, smaller phone, I'd check social media a lot more. It's like every time it would itch me in the pocket to just get it out and check something. It's not surprising that a study found that Generation Z unlock their phones an average of 79 times a day, and some may even go past 300 times. With this tablet, I occasionally don't even mind just leaving it in the car, so I can go into the hospital without it because anyway, I mostly check my social media when I'm at home. With the Tab S3, I can also access my medical apps and my books when I need to read something, and that big screen is a plus in that case. Another very useful experience is note taking on this tablet with the S Pen it comes with. It is much more comfortable and satisfying to take notes on it compared to if I did so on a phone. I've taken a bunch of notes from school and from church over the years that I actually had to buy a new S Pen when my old one performed a disappearing act on me. So, are there any downsides rocking a tablet? Most definitely, its biggest limitation is the size factor and the inconvenience, but again, as I already noted, I'm less likely to make a call while walking on the street or worse still, while driving.
So the point of this video is not that you don't need a smartphone, but it's to ask that simple question. How much use are you squeezing out of what you already have? I also suffer from that malignant disease where sometimes I feel like maybe my life would be better if I got, a smartwatch. Maybe I would feel better if I got a certain pair of green shoes. Maybe what is holding me back is my not having a certain gadget. Probably I'd be more creative if I had a certain lens or camera and so on. Yes, we all need items in life, but you don't need all items. I've learned that with more possession comes more distraction. It's not the end of the world if you don't own a certain thing for some time,
There's no debate about it. This whole setup has been way out of my comfort zone, especially because I normally have just one SIM card in one of the devices, so many times I find that I have to either keep switching up the SIM cards for one reason or another, or many times having to place a call using the loudspeaker on the tablet even in public because it has the SIM card that I need at that time.
So now the big question remains, will I buy a phone? Will I buy a smartphone? And truth is, yeah, at some point I will. It's strange that this thing that everyone carries around in their pocket at the moment does not seem that urgent or needful for me. But surely I'll get one at some point. It's not urgent, but someday I will. Probably sooner than later. That is it, friends, for today. Thank you all for watching and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good day, stay safe, and as always, no pressure.